You might have had hundreds of times where you were like, wow, I haven't felt any symptoms, or I've been feeling pretty good for 2 or 3 days. Let me go out and do that fun thing I've been wanting to do. And the problem with that is you always end up overdoing it and ending up back to square one or close to square one. There's a very simple concept that will help you get through this and stop you from overdoing it. And that is increase the duration of activity before you increase the intensity of activity. Hey guys, how's it going? Miguel here with CFS Recovery. We're here at the beach. Today I want to talk about why you shouldn't celebrate too soon. What do I mean by that? When I say celebrate, I mean when you start feeling better and when you start being able to do a few more things and you're not stuck in bed or stuck in a couch or stuck at home all day, then the temptation is to go out and try to live normally, just to try to feel like you're like a regular person. And so many times I was in that situation where I started to feel a little bit better. I had been wrestling for like a week or 2 weeks or even a month. And then I figured, you know what? I rested long enough. I feel better. My body should be able to handle all this extra stuff at this stage. And so I would go out and try to do like a 2-minute jog or a 5-minute bike ride. And the crazy thing is, during that bike ride or during that run, I would actually feel amazing. It felt so good to be alive again. I would have the endorphins going. I would feel like I was on top of the world. But the thing is, as soon as I stopped and got home, I felt like absolute trash. Felt horrible. And I pretty much felt like I was just getting a little bit better. I went out to kind of celebrate the feeling of having no symptoms, and I was punished for it. And that's really what it felt like. And the reason why that happened is I didn't realize there's actually a science behind, expanding your activity and rebuilding the foundation of your energy, rebuilding a new baseline. I didn't know that there are things you could do like step 1, step 2, step 3 that are factual, that are proven, and I didn't just have to guess my way through my recovery. And when I found out how to actually get better, how to pace myself and how to work in ways that allows my body to really, really heal properly and not just guess my way through it, that's when things really changed for me. And so for you, you might have had hundreds of setbacks, hundreds of times where you were like, wow, I haven't felt any symptoms, or I've been feeling pretty good for 2 or 3 days. Let me go out and go for a long walk. Let me go out and do that fun thing I've been wanting to do. Let me go out and go for a quick bike ride. That's all I want. And the problem with that is you always end up overdoing it and ending up back to square one or close to square one. And so there is a very simple concept that will help you get through this and stop you from overdoing it. And that is increase the duration of activity before you increase the intensity of activity. So what does that look like? Instead of going for a 30-second run or a 15-second run just to try to feel normal again, it's much better to go for a 5-minute walk or a 10-minute walk. You want to give your body a cushion to actually adjust. So you want to introduce activity little by little, like not in intensity, but duration. So if you're someone who's stuck in bed or someone who's been stuck on the couch and now you're just able to start moving again, then I wouldn't suggest going for a walk. I would suggest just try moving around in the house. Get up and down a few times, sit up, stand up, go outside, walk around. For me, literally getting into the wheelchair and getting out of the wheelchair back into my bed a few times throughout the day and wheeling myself around, that was literally me expanding my activity. So for you, maybe you're not that bad. Maybe you can actually walk around the house. Maybe you can actually fold clothes. Maybe you can actually make some eggs or something like that. So you really have to figure out like where are you at right now and where can you go just a little bit outside your activity levels. Think of what you do on a day-to-day basis. Think of how you can expand that just a little bit, right? We're not looking to double our activity or triple it. We're just looking to expand it a little bit. And that doesn't mean counting like, oh, how many times did I stand up and sit down, or, timing how many seconds or minutes you walk around for. Don't be that strict because that will actually stress you out even more and put more pressure on you. But back to the analogy of increasing activity versus increasing intensity. If you look at a chart, I'm going to put up a chart on the screen right now. When you increase duration gradually, your body has time to adjust to that new baseline. And your nervous system is completely out of whack right now, right? Something like light, sound, touch, temperature, your body has trouble finding balance. Well, not your body, it's your nervous system. That's really the root of this all. It has a trouble regulating that balance. So that's why you want to increase duration. And when you increase activity, your body is going to have a rebound effect. It's going to go in the opposite direction. So if you work your body up, there's a lot of energy flowing through it, it's very stimulated, then shortly after that, it's going to put a limiter on everything. It's going to make you be less active. And the way to do that is cause you symptoms and, cause fatigue. And so you get this really bad wonky dip. And that's what we don't want. The thing is, when you dip and it goes below your baseline, that's when you start to feel symptoms. That's when things like a crash happen or a major setback. Not to be confused with adjustment periods. Adjustment period is like minor setbacks. Those are when some symptoms come up and you have to rest for about 2, 3, maybe even 4 days, and you're able to come back stronger. That's completely okay. So don't get mixed up between crashes and major setbacks and adjustment periods, because a lot of people, they'll start to feel symptoms and they get super down on themselves, but in reality that's what you want. That's actually normal. You just have to give your body the rest that it needs, but don't overdo it. Don't increase intensity. You want to increase activity. So instead of going for that 30-second run to try to feel really good, or that minute run, or that 2-minute bike ride, you want to go for like a 5-minute walk, or a 10-minute walk, or a 15-minute walk, and not until you're able to walk for about 45 minutes without symptoms. 45 minutes without symptoms. I mean, no symptoms, like no headache, no brain fog, no nausea. If you can walk for 45 minutes without symptoms, then you can probably try going for a 30-second run, spread that out during your walk. Run for 30 seconds in the beginning, run for 30 seconds at the end, or whatever. That's kind of the telltale sign that you're ready for more. It's like if you can do 45 minutes of walking without symptoms, you're almost at a regular person's level. And obviously you build up to that. You don't go straight to 45, you go 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, or maybe you're just getting up and down throughout the day. So in a nutshell, I know it's very tempting to get out there and do more activity once you feel good for 1 or 2 or 3 days, and you'll feel like, wow, I almost feel like a normal person. Let me go out and see if I can do regular things. And then you're just going to end up being upset, disappointed, frustrated after you dip if you try to do things that a regular person does. So you just need to be aware of where you are right now. What can you handle without increasing symptoms? And pretty much just stick around that. You don't want any drastic changes in activity. So don't celebrate too soon. Just be patient. This goes back to being very patient. But eventually, days and weeks and months will go by. And if you follow this method and stick to it, then you'll find yourself down the road a few months from now, a year from now, whatever, and you'll be like, holy crap, I can't believe I was able to do that thing and not feel any symptoms. You'll get to the point where you're going to be living just like everybody else. So I hope that helps. Hope that gives you guys some guidance, because I know this is something that pretty much everybody with CFS or chronic fatigue struggles with. It's the pushing and crashing and never getting better and being stuck in this endless cycle. But if you got some value out of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It helps the channel grow. We're reaching a lot more people. This is growing faster than I ever thought it would. And if you haven't already, if you want to learn more stuff like this, where we go more in depth and we have live Q&A sessions with the members of our community, of the community of Thrivers on Facebook, then hit the link in the description below. If you're the right fit, then you can join our community. It's completely free, and we'd be happy to have you. We're a community of Thrivers, not survivors. Survivor is someone who just gets through something and just carries on with life. A thriver is someone who becomes better because of something that happened in their life. And for everybody who's in that group, we're looking to become better. We're looking to grow from this and not just get through it, but become a whole new person and become a better person and take our life to the next level and really reinvent ourselves because of dealing with this illness. So Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next video. But before that, I will see you guys in the Facebook group. Remember, you are just one mind shift away from living a life with thriving health.